Welcome back.
Oh, hi. We're back in the prison. It looks a little bigger than I remember.
It's much bigger now.
Well, you did have this space before, but you just didn't have it all filled out
Yeah,
yet,
now it's
right?
all filled out. It's all clean.
And all clean.
Oh, someone just found some gardening shears.
Ah,
Fucking
shit.
asshole. Haley! What is she doing? Oh, but she's a... What? But her reoffending chance is 2%.
Well, at first I said, how do you know her name's Haley? It says Cowell, but I guess you've clearly had history with this lady.
No, because when I mouse over, it says Haley.
Oh, okay.
I don't know any of my prisoners.
Okay. Dang, I was hoping you'd have, like, relationships with your
Some
prisoners.
of them you do, like good old Stevenson here. 'Cause these guys
Yeah,
are...
good old Charlie.
Yeah.
What a card.
Yeah. Well, anyway, clearly it's more filled out now. There's a lot more, you know. Now the prisoner count has gone up to 162. There's 2 more coming tomorrow. So
wait, is daytime and nighttime reflected on the graphics here?
yes, I can
Okay,
speed.
so
Let
it
me
is
speed it
night
up.
right
yeah, let me
now.
speed it up so that you see it
All
here.
right, just making.
So
Trying to remember what happened here.
so it's
Bit.
it's a much bigger prison now.
Yes.
As a result, as you can see, I now have $8.5 million, which is way more than I had last time, and
Yes.
I make about $70,000 a day. Though this fluctuates massively based on the export economy. So yeah,
So it looks. I guess you could say that your prison is making a killing,
yes,
even though it has no executions inside.
yeah. Well, you'll see. But one of the things that's becoming
Okay, are you killing people now?
well, so one of the things that's becoming a problem is that, you know, like I said before, these prisoners they're max security for a reason, right? They have lots of, like, you know, awful histories, like torture, false imprisonment, violent disorder, you know. So
Yeah, deserves death. A lot of them.
so there just is more of them now in one prison. So there's been a lot more problems. Like, people are trying to escape way more often. People are
dying that way.
Yeah, they're just fighting more often. You know,
Also dying that way.
yeah. So you can see here. Before I had this workshop, and after they eat and stuff, you'll see how the workshop is, like, now filled. Now everyone's working. That's why I make so much money. But also, these doors that lead outside to go to the forestry, where the workers bring in the wood, they kept trying to escape out here. So what I've done is I've put solitary doors. These are the strongest doors in the game, so they can't break through it as easily. And
what was that just flying by?
oh, it's just a gardener.
The hell?
He's holding some trees that he's gonna plant.
Oh.
See, he's gonna plant some trees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Gardeners move very fast. They're the fastest.
I know. What the hell?
They're the fastest moving character in the game. I don't know why. Janitors move at about the same speed. I think it's because it would be really annoying if they moved slower. But, you know. So yeah,
Wow.
so we put...
Way to dehumanize the janitor and gardening professions.
Well...
Like, nah, it's not important. Just make them a superhuman.
That's fine. Look at him go.
Wow.
Zip zap zoobity bop.
Wow, there's no way these are white people.
Oh, Dan, no one was going there. No one was going there. That's all you.
What I'm saying is white people aren't fast. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I put solitary doors. Which are very strong doors. Also, every solitary door is now fire by 2 armed guards.
Did
free
a tree
fire.
just explode into a larger tree?
Yes.
Damn.
It just Buster Wolfed into a big
Damn,
tree.
homie.
Yeah. So someone found some alcohol. You know, if people try to escape, they just shoot them now.
Okay, well, Good.
Because they added a new escape mechanism to this game. So the way the game used to work for us. Oh wow! Look how many people are now crammed into eating. There's so many now.
Crammed into eating.
Yeah, into eating room. There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
They seem to kind of bunch up around those seats in the middle.
They like the sofas, so they're gonna hang out there.
Do they ever fight over sofas?
There are fights in here, but let's see. Yeah, there's 8 guards in here. So yeah. But I took out the armed guards in here because I didn't like people getting suppressed. I learned later that so armed guards have a suppression like matrix. You know, like there's a field around every armed guard that suppresses workers or I call them workers, prisoners. So when you're suppressed, they're less likely to misbehave, but they're also less likely to do well in the prison. So I try to limit their exposure to armed guards as much as possible. That's why they're outside, not inside. If they were inside, they would be suppressing them. But this workshop has become a very dangerous place because they obviously have access to tons of tools and stuff, right? And if generally the prison is in good shape, like staff morale is high, everyone's feeling good. The problem is that you can sometimes get a volatile prisoner, and a volatile prisoner will pop off for no reason, like even if they're feeling good. Mm-hmm. So we have to take a lot of measures to kind of help prevent that. As you can see, there's 15 guards in here. It's a lot, and lots of armed guards outside in case anyone tries to break out, because it's been an issue. Also. Oh, I was talking about how people used to escape. So people used to escape by literally just breaking through doors, and the only way they could exit the prison is through was through a door, right? So they had to keep breaking down doors. Mm-hmm. They added a new mechanic where they can now build escape ropes out of like clothes, so they can climb walls.
When you say they added a new mechanic, are you saying it was an update to the game, or that this is like an expansion of the prison that can happen?
It was an update to the game that since when I played it before this version of the prison, like way back in the day, it didn't have that. I guess when I started playing again, they had already added this mechanic of people can make escape ropes, which means they can climb walls and they can escape at any point. I intentionally designed my prison so that these are the only ways in, these 3 doors.
Okay, so to give people an idea, how long a time did you stay away from the game as it was being updated?
Probably like 4 or 5 years. I don't remember exactly.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it was quite a while. The last time I played was, I think, in college, like grad school. So I don't remember exactly, to be honest, but it was quite a while. Enough that the game like they added women. Like the game originally did not have women prisons. Okay,
so. And this prison has pretty much only been in existence since pretty much the beginning of this year.
Yes, exactly. Or beginning of last year. Wait, was it? Oh, it must have been the beginning of this year. Yeah, exactly. So that's basically
this year being 2020.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah. So that's what it's been. Also, for whatever reason, this church is a hotbed of people popping off. Like, so many spiritual leaders have died. So I put an armed guard in here, even though they're being suppressed, but it's fine because they're being suppressed but also calmed at the same time. So
look, nothing incites more violence than organized religion.
Oh no.
Historically speaking.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little hard to argue against.
Yeah. Another thing, I've upped the security in general. So before these corridors existed before. Oh my god, it keeps doing that. That's so annoying. These corridors existed before, where you have to pass through 2 sets of doors to get out. But people were able to break out of a single door and just jump out right through an escape rope. So every exit is now a double exit, no matter how many.
I see.
And they're always patrolled by 2 guards. But in general, the prison's far more filled out. Yeah. I kind of want to eventually maybe upgrade it so this is indoors, maybe, and then. But I think that changes the mechanic of how they escape, because like I changed it to.
Do you also need to deal with staff morale?
I do. There's a staff morale is high right now. So one thing I did before I was underpaying them, I decided to actually start overpaying. So yeah, they have a 20% raise, above what is standard for whatever they're usually being paid, and they also have their own needs chart, staff needs. See, they're all pretty low.
I mean, they ought to be paid well. This is a prison housing the worst people.
Yeah,
this
the
is
worst
maximum security here.
Yeah, it's max security, and it's also like with the least amount of security. So, you know.
Yeah, like they are putting their lives on the line. You should pay them more, Marvin.
Yeah, many. It's funny, like many staff member has actually died because of volatile prisoners.
You don't have to get into things like benefits with them, right?
No, that it doesn't get that granular.
Not
no.
like life insurance where you end up losing a huge hit of money every time one of your guards
it doesn't
dies.
work that way. It doesn't work that way. But staff morale is still high, so that's good.
All right.
And there's a lot of staff. Like, I mean, like, look at that. It's 30 workers, 150 guards, including dog guards and armed guards.
Nice.
And the rest of the
Pay
staff
your dogs.
The rest of the staff is 72 people. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. And then
your doctors is tired.
Yeah, they're just hanging out here tired. Oh, wait, no. They're fine.
One of them was tired.
What?
Oh, now he's on fire.
Wait, it doesn't say he's tired. That's weird. Usually when you mouse over it, it says tired. Huh, odd. That might be a glitch in the game. But in general, there's way more housing now, you know. I used cloning, so this block is actually a clone of this block.
Okay.
This block right here. So
there's a cloning like tool, just like select the portion of the grid and
it's like quick build. You go to clone.
Okay.
Then you can build it somewhere else, and you can rotate it. It's really cool.
Okay. That's really simple.
Yeah,
that's good. That's a great quality of life thing for a game like this.
And it's one thing they actually had. I never looked into. I barely look in these other menus here. But I guess there's under quick build they had like pre-built things already, which is cool. Like if you want to build a luxury, what they think is a luxury cell, they have a pre-built one you could just do. To be fair, that's pretty luxury, but it's not as luxurious as the cells I've made. You know.
Well, yeah, you from the beginning you pretty much made dorms for them.
Very nice dorms, and that's the general. So the general vibe I have of this side of the prison, as far as you can see, there's now two very distinct sections of the prison.
Oh, I didn't see the left side of it yet.
It's very distinctly different. So this side of the prison is very distinctly like, it reminds me of like a college town, you know? Like lots of people running around, they work jobs during the day, you know, but you know, it's like that kind of vibe
people
where
going to the grocery store in sweatpants.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, it's a lot of hustle and bustle, and it's kind of asymmetrically laid out. There's like no neatness to it, but you know, it works.
People playing Ultimate in the quad.
Yeah, that's one thing. There's no big grassy area for them to play in, but you know, I figured it's fine
to play in.
Yeah, to play.
I'm just imagining prisoners like getting out into the field and frolicking about.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want that. But unfortunately, this used to be there. You saw the older version of the prison. This is exactly as it was here. But before that, I showed you, this used to be their whole yard, and then it got filled with things. But you know, they seem happy about it. They're fine.
Yeah, capitalism.
Yeah. But then
money waits for no one.
Then you have this side of the prison, and this is like the suburbs.
Who are these people?
These are basically like the suburbs. And they have their own set of facilities, right? So they have their own kitchen and canteen combo, their own security, their own parole, their own set of staff. Technically, the staff is shared amongst the entire prison. You can't force certain staff to only be in one side and the other. But this is close enough by having staff room here. They have their own visitation and their own armed guards unit and their own laundry. That's because this is the death row side of the prison. It's very, very different. So, as you can see on the side here, death row inmates, right?
Why are they at 0%?
So, the way death row works in this game is that death row prisoners in general are pretty rare. They come around every once in a while, and when they do, they have their own special set of needs. They're automatically always on full lockdown. And instead of going to parole, they go to death row. I forget what it's called exactly. They go to death row appeal. So the way death row appeal works is they come in with the percentage chance to pass death row appeal, right? If they pass, there's something about the evidence that suggests that they should not have been assigned to death row. So then they become a max security prisoner and go back into the general population here. It's why I've converted this room here. This used to be just a hallway, like a common room. I converted it into a holding cell because that there's now a possibility that a prisoner can come out of death row and needs a place to stay, but every room might be taken, right? So they stay here temporarily. As you can see here, someone's staying here temporarily. She's going to go do something, but she was going to... see someone sleeping here. So, but if they fail, their chance gets halved. And the more they keep doing it, the smaller and smaller chance they have. Until eventually, at least in my prison, I have them go to 0% before taking the next step. And while they're staying in
the next step?
Well, the next step is execution.
Oh.
Yeah. I make sure there's 0 chance. Technically, you can go to 10%, but I'm putting it to 0%, just personally. And, like, I'm also trying... So these are, like, houses. I didn't make it, like, dorm... Like, they have a whole house themselves, basically. They have a living room, dining room, kitchen.
So, when you first showed me your prison, you didn't have a death row or execution chamber.
Yes.
But now you do.
Yes, I decided to dedicate this entire section of the prison to death row. And there's only room for 8 because there's only 8 houses.
All right. Well,
because I figured, okay, like the idea is that wherever this prison is, death row is a thing. And I figured if death row is a thing, might as well be like as humane as possible, right? So
let them live it up in a friend's apartment.
Yeah, just give them a nice place to live where they can,
then kill them.
Well, yeah.
Like live it up nice until you realize that you belong there, and as soon as you know that there's no chance of ever getting out.
Yeah. Well, right now, a lot of my prisoner or death row inmates are at 0%. And it's a very specific procedure to lead to execution. The game treats it very, very seriously. So I'm going to actually advance.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, they went out of their way to make sure it's not crass. I also like it's decorated very differently here. Like it's a lot of trees. The pathing is like this like stone pathing. I kind of call this side of the prison.
I mean, that is fairly ominous. Imagine being in the dwelling furthest from the execution building. You have to make that long walk.
Yeah, it's called. They actually have a term for it. It's called the last mile.
It's not green though.
Yeah, the movie The Green Mile calls it the Green Mile because it's green. But this side of the prison, since it's mostly grass and trees, and the walls are green, actually. Oh, the walls are blue, actually. Never mind. I just remembered there being some green accents to it or something. But anyway, I call this side of the prison the Green Mile because it's green. So I'm going to actually advance it to the next day because there's a specific time I think is appropriate to begin the execution when it needs to happen. Because right now it's all full up and 0% chances and someone's got to do it. So.
Okay, so just as a special treat for us, you're going to execute somebody.
Basically. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Something's... See, that's the problem. Volatile prisoners. They're extremely tough and they... why does it keep doing that? Extremely tough and they fight a lot and it's like... It's problematic. Doctor,
get them on a death row.
No. She just goes right back. Now she's in lockdown. We also set up an ongoing policy that the better behaved you are, the better room you get. So,
Do you have to make those selections manually?
no, it's a setting here now under policy. You use cell quality ratings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like bad prisoners get like this room. This room's relatively not great, you know, compared to the other rooms. You know, compared to like, you know, like this room. It's a pretty great room here, you know. So yeah, so we're gonna go through a full day, and wait till nighttime after everyone's eaten, because there's a big set of procedures you need to go through in order for death row to happen. Just like in real life, the process is very methodical. There's a lot of like steps you need to do. So yeah, let's just let this prison run a little bit.
Do you get an amount of money after an execution?
You actually do.
That would make sense.
Yeah, which apparently is also a thing. I didn't know that was a thing. Just kind of fucked up.
It be a thing?
Like they privatized death, like killing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like it's so weird. Like I can't. It's like I don't know.
I don't know. You're the one who loves this game.
Well, I like this game for like system reasons. I don't. Oh wait, actually, some of these windows are actually bothering me. Let me fix these. Really quick.
Big fan of the system, are you?
God damn it, Dan. Just trying to make my prison look nice.
Yes, your prison.
There we go.
Your $8.5 million prison.
I wonder. It's like it's interesting because the game does make you like really like try to like, you know, get into the system of making money and making it work. But like, I wonder if this is their intent. Like, do you think the message is actually getting lost along the way, or do you think it's actually functioning as intended?
I haven't really played the game myself, so I can't make that call. I feel I can't make a definitive call on that, but it's clear that there's enough game here that you could get lost in it.
Yeah, because like, at the end of the day, I do want to make a prison that functions well, and to me, functioning well is both it makes a profit, but also that everyone is healthy and happy. That's
hard to accomplish in a prison.
Yeah, and you know that's almost like any sim game. That's what you want to accomplish, right? Like the Roller Coaster Tycoon, for example. Like you want it to be profitable for everyone to be happy, you know. So it's like it's interesting. It's an interesting, you know. It's like you almost wonder if the message is like being like you don't see the forest for the trees sometimes because of how deep into it you get and the mechanics and stuff. But I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that being like an easy way to explain the mechanics and flow of the game.
She's going into death row appeal, and then see she has a 15% chance.
Oh, you could just hit the schedule execution.
I could just do it right now, but that's not. See, it's a state approved conviction strength is 10%, right? So I'm actually gonna wait for her appeal to finish because it would suck to start an execution while she's in the middle of it. What did you do? Wow. Okay. Well.
Not great.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she's on death row for a reason.
You'd hope that they all are.
Yeah. But as we all know, the system doesn't necessarily work that way.
Well, is that... well, I guess to an extent it's programmed into the game.
Yeah, that's why they're saying 10%. The like I don't know if it'll happen this time, but sometimes after you do it, it gives you a summary and it says, "Oh, new evidence has come to light that they were innocent." And it's like, oh fuck. Like,
does it begin with the Unsolved Mysteries update?
Oh wow, look how like cramped they are. I wanted to make this bigger, but it's too late now. Oh well. Okay, is she gonna finish her thing?
Oh, I don't like the look of that guard with the gun there. Looked like he was just about to murk her right there.
Yeah, so the reason why I have the armed guards in here is because if they don't like what they hear, sometimes they get violent. So I have to have a guard. I have no choice. Like,
has there ever been a death in that parole office?
No, because of the armed guards.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the armed guards have prevented that. Especially if they're volatile. Like, she actually doesn't have any stats that causes that. When is your thing gonna finish? Would actually be really cool to see her get put into general population. Oh, wait another hour? Okay. Got a long parole meeting.
Apparently so.
Yeah. It's going into 10 p. Oh, wait. There she goes. Oh, she failed. So she now went at 7%. Okay. So. Beth. 0%. Got a long. Okay.
Interesting that on this like sheet, the likelihood of clemency is 0% in red, but on your little like to-do list, it's a green number.
Yeah, it's like good to kill. Go ahead.
Yeah, you do it.
Former firefighter and circus performer. Hired by GCHQ but fled to the USA after selling state secrets to terrorist organizations. Arrested by husband who refused to stand by and watch her ever more violent schemes. Today she works in this prison.
Oh, wow. That's quite the story.
Yeah.
So he's working in the prison that's about to kill her?
Yes, so. Okay. Let's do it.
And she's only in prison because he turned her in?
Yeah, so now the music turns really dark.
Oh God. And now it's Verdana.
Yeah, now you have to authorize.
Why is Way like kerned like that? Why is Way like extra spaced out?
I think it's just bad kerning. I don't know why. So before any execution can occur, everyone needs to be locked back into their cells. So right now we're telling everyone to go back in.
And then we hear this spooky music.
Yeah, spook music. I'm gonna speed it up a bit. So that's good. Okay. It's normal.
Yeah, this killing people thing is giving me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. So now we assemble our execution detail, which are the witnesses. Oh, wait, no. It's people from outside and the witnesses. We bring the witnesses in as well. There we go. Here they come.
Who are these witnesses?
Let's see. Hemley's victim's family. Hemley's son. Hemley's son, daughter, husband, son.
Wait, husband? He's not working right now?
Oh, that story is made up by someone who, like, one of the early access people. So it's not like actually.
So it's very easy for the game to contradict a story.
Yeah.
They give no consideration whatsoever.
The game also contradicts itself in statistics a lot. Like, it'll say, for example, 25 years old, but no, that's not a good example. Let me find a good example. For example, Charlie Stevenson, 43. No, that's still not a good example. 21. Okay, she's 21, right? She served 76.3 years in prison.
Wonderful.
Literally not possible. So,
maybe she used like a coupon. That with this coupon, you've already served 60 years of your life sentence.
Okay, so some of the execution detail is a priest. So a priest is coming to read last rites.
Guys all seem so dark in the night. Can you only execute at night?
No, but I just think it just seems like that's what you should do.
I guess.
And then, there's a very specific path they have to go to.
Is it possible to run a prison that has both cat and dog guards?
No, you can only choose one animal. I wanted to do mixes, but it's not possible. It just changes to Sprite. So.
Are all the cats orange?
They are. Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there any execution that would take up all the chairs?
No, I just put a lot of chairs in there.
Yeah, so you can have lots of space.
Okay. Okay. So we have the warden and the chief and the priest. The last rites have been read. So we're gonna escort the prisoner to the facility. Gonna walk the last mile.
Okay, so that walk is actually like a distance-based percentage.
Yeah.
The percentage is going down. Now it's going up.
The music gets spookier.
This is a little bit too spooky.
I feel like they really wanted to make it like very like a big thing, and then they made it a little too far. I think
like chop chop, let's kill these people.
But I think it's also like it would have been, I think, good commentary if they made it like almost mundane. You know?
Possibly, yeah.
Because like almost everything else about the game is like mundane, but this is treated as if it's like some sort of horror event.
Are there multiple ways to execute people in the prison?
No, I would not have chosen an electric chair. But that's the only one available for some reason.
Because, I mean, there have been debacles and problems over lethal injections, and
it's all problematic. They're all problematic.
All the methods have issues, and
but the electric chair is particularly evil. like
yeah, it's really like, I don't know. I don't know why that became like the thing.
Well, it became the thing after Thomas Edison tried to prove that alternating current is unsafe. He literally sold it to prisons as a way of proving that alternating current isn't safe.
Well, he also killed an elephant over it.
Yeah, he's a fucking asshole. Thomas Edison's a fucking asshole.
Like, he really was.
He's a horrible person. Well.
He inspired Homer's greatest inventions, such as the makeup shotgun.
Which is also horrible. Okay, and you're the one who has to push it.
As in the authorize button?
Yeah. I'm gonna do it at 1:30. The music's just going nuts.
Yeah, it is. Like 1:30 in the morning.
Then you dismiss everyone.
Oh, that's instantaneous?
Yeah, they don't make it gruesome or anything. They just oh, everyone's dismissed. I think the priest is always the last one to leave. Oh, never mind.
Well, ended up being the last one anyway.
And final report. So, mandated execution of Beth was carried out at 1:30 as scheduled by electric chair. In the presence of witnesses, the standard compensation of $10,000 is awarded to the institution for their part in this process.
There should be like a cool music cue with electric guitars. Like, you did it, $10,000, get.
The F-Zero like victory song starts playing.
And then Sonic dances in and poses for you.
So that's execution.
How solemn.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about any of that.
Yeah, it's a weird for like, okay, like a prison game has to include this. Like, there's no way you can't include a death row. At the same time, it's a very, very difficult thing to try to, like,
Now,
properly.
is that a mechanic you can toggle off, like the gang wars?
You can just not build it. It's always available no matter what.
Okay, so you invited death row into your prison.
I decided to build one. Yes.
Okay, you wouldn't have been forced to become a death row prison.
No, there's no forcing of it. Yeah, it's something that you can opt to do, and then
you took it upon yourself to do society a service by killing the most heinous criminals in the nation.
Well, it's part of it is that, you know, I wanted to know how the game handles it because I hadn't done it before.
I see.
So, and I wanted to know how the game handles this type of topic, and I decided if I was going to do it, I wanted to do it in as like, you know, it's as for lack of a better word, like nice a fashion as I could, you know, or humane, in the sense of like, you know, it's sort of, if it has to happen, you know, give them the best circumstances, like because the housing, I don't know if it actually affects their death row parole, but I like to think that because they live in like, you know, fairly nice surroundings, that they get to have a slightly better chance at doing well.
But when it comes to death row appeal, I don't know if the game would even like explain this or not, but is the appeal process mainly just like, no, there is a case for me being innocent? Is that the only thing they're trying to prove, or is it that, no, I'm reformed, this punishment is too much?
The case is that this punishment is too much.
Okay.
It's not necessarily whether it's reformed or not. It's more of like, that seems excessive for whatever this is.
Because that's how this game actually like presents the appeal process.
Yeah. Because then you go back into the general population to maximum security, but then from there you can continue to go to the regular parole process. You get to go to parole at half of your term and 75% of your term, and if you've been doing well, then you get to leave early. So it's a process. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So that's death row, and that is the current state of my prison here in Prison Architect, Drottningensleden. There's one more big update I'm planning to do, which will probably end this series. And you've noticed that you can buy property here.
See? Yes.
So I'm gonna buy property across the road, and then I'm gonna do one more expansion here. And that,
is there any particular reason why it needs to be across the road and not just adjacent to the prison as it currently stands?
Well, there's a few reasons. I mean, I could just do it there or there or there, right? And that worked out just fine too. But I kind of like the idea of, this is going to be much like Death Row. It's going to be a very different type of area.
Okay.
So I want it separated, and I also I kind of like the idea of a single road and like staff spreading out either way, and like crossing and stuff. And also, if I bought property here, I'd have to like rebuild this. You know, this is fresh, so I wouldn't have to really rebuild anything. Just start new.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
that makes sense.
Is the guard? They bringing? You should be bringing the body over shortly. Because the hearse is waiting. Let me see. I totally lost track of where the guard is taking. Where are they? I just want to find that before I end the video. I think it's appropriate to send her off. Well, I guess we'll just wait here. But yeah. So yeah, that's it's the current state of the prison.
Wait a minute. The person that you executed, is there like a body to dispose of?
Yeah, you have to bring the body over to the hearse.
Okay.
Which a guard ostensibly should be doing now because it's no longer here. I think the guard already grabbed it. Let's see here. What's going on? I'm just gonna speed it up a bit.
Someone
yeah.
came through.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a dead label on it.
Yeah. So she has died. She was 64 years old.
Wow.
No. Well, she wouldn't have even if she went into general population, you know. Oh well. Goodbye, Beth.
You won't be hurting anyone anymore.
It's true. And now he's on break. I'm on
You know
break.
what? You deserve it, guard. You just carried a dead body a ways, and
yeah, that's
that'll mess anybody up.
Yeah. There's my person doesn't have, you can build a morgue. My person doesn't have a morgue. So the body kind of just stays there. So yeah, that's the current state of Drottningensleden. It's very nice here, but you know, they're it's
People dying.
Yeah, oh wait, actually before I go.
It's very nice except for all of the deaths.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly 'cause I decide these kitchens need water sprinklers in case there's a fire. They don't actually ever use the sprinklers, the cooking, because you know that's a mechanic that's only for cooks. Like prisoners never interact with them unless they're working in a kitchen, like a canteen kitchen. But you know, I just like the idea that they have a whole kitchen available to them if they need to. You know. So yeah.
Alrighty then.
Thanks to prison, everyone. Next time, which is probably going to be the last update, I'll have bought a property here, and I'm going to build out a whole thing, and it'll be very, very different, much like how this side was very different.
I look forward to seeing what else a prison can do, aside from hold people and kill them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the two main things: hold and kill, and force them to make beds.
Oh yeah, true. Indentured labor.
I don't even pay them that much. They make me $67,000 a day. How much do I pay them? Let me see. $30 a day. I only pay them $4,890 a day.
Wow.
Jesus. And I can't even raise this. Oh wait, no. Sorry, this is for meal quality. That's not even that. How much did I pay? Let me see how much I paid them yesterday. I only paid them
wages.
I only paid them $569 yesterday.
Total?
Total in one day. They barely get any money.
You're a monster. I don't know if I like what this game is making you become, Marvin.
What do you mean making me? I'm already like this.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Why am I your friend?
Okay, goodbye everyone.
Bye.